A girl, a bloom so fair.
West Indians like to relocate.
See him blush when we go to a counter and then female attendants forget me.
Our guest poet this evening is none other than Lisa Dublin. Lisa is a St. Lucian performance poet, author, and entrepreneur based in Edmonton, Alberta, where she lives with her husband and 3 sons. Her creative outputs include performance poetry, prose, and video blogging, particularly through her popular series, Basement Chronicles, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. This 3-minute vlog aims to inspire viewers to pursue their dreams and embrace their authenticity. Lisa's work often explores themes at the intersection of race and Christianity, womanhood, love, and relationships, and the pursuit of personal authenticity. She encourages her audience to persevere and remain true to themselves. She holds an MBA from the Australian Institute of Business and an MA in Literatures in English from the University of Alberta. Her undergraduate degree, first-class honors of course, in English literature and Spanish, was obtained from the University of the West Indies in Trinidad. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Lisa Dublin.
They think I'm trying to be elitist and exclusive. One time, a woman even told me she felt attacked. She felt like I did not know how hard it was to get a man. I turned around and I told her, baby, if only you knew how hard it was to keep the man you have. Let me tell you, a man can get into your head. A man can wreck you, keep you up at night wondering how to escape on the next flight. But don't get me wrong, sometimes you can find a good man, one who will stay by your side and love you all he can. My man, he is more on the nice side, on the quiet side. I like him, he can stand me, but he's a man all the same. See him blush when we go to a counter and then female attendants forget me. Making sticky eyes for him, sending subliminal messages like they forget like I too am a woman. And one time, we went to sweet Jamaica when we were newlyweds. A woman seen nothing to do but to ask me if she could rub his cute bald head. Please, hand me the wife with the shiny new rings. Sure, why not? And you know what she did? She looked straight at me and she indulged her fantasy. And you know what he did? Not a thing. He looked like the cat that caught the cream. All I have to say 20 years later is, let the woman ask me again. Let the heifer try again. So you see, marriage is not for the faint-hearted. Marriage is not for the meek. Marriage is for the warrior woman, for the praying woman, for the territorial woman, for the selfish woman. Wife is a full-time definition. Careful before you take on that addition. You will have to be leader and follower, peacemaker and investigator. Which is why, one day, one random day, a text came on his phone from a woman. Because nice don't mean dotish and quiet don't mean innocent. Still waters run deep, and where there's smoke, there's usually a woman. Sister friend wanted to know how his day was going. She was just sending him a big hello. Hello? You don't have pets, you don't have friends, what you texting my man for? But I hear you, that's just a text, Lisa, that's just a text, that's nothing, you too insecure. What? You don't know about us women. When we want you, we go all out to get you. We send a text and play innocent. By the time you check yourself, you're done in a predicament. We light years ahead of you, we have your brain in a tizzy. By the time you check yourself, your head done dizzy. So no, a text is not always a text. Sometimes a text can lead to... But before I tell you what I came to tell you today about how I learned to fight like a wife, before I give you the strategy for the side chick, the almost chick, the secretary that thinks she's the missus, your BFF dressing sexier than you in your own home, I have to marvel at these men called husbands. They have us, yes, they have us. At least he had me. One text and I was a mess. All fall down, cannot run, off routine, start to think, I'm too strong. Save others, cannot save mine. I felt helpless, like I was losing my man. And it made me think about all of these women who experience the worst of this tribe called men. Betrayal for breakfast, adultery for lunch, insults for dinner, and cold sex for dessert. Rinse and repeat, reapply your makeup. At least you got married, you can't expect better. And what about the scorned wife, and the beat-up wife, and the dependent wife who has no choice but to return to the abuser because he is healer, priest, and provider? Rinse and repeat, reapply your makeup. At least you got married. You can't expect better. But there's another kind of wife who is quick to quit. She makes her own money and she don't take shit. Women like that, they have their piece on the side. They're large and in charge, but their love has died. They don't take it, they do not enjoy it, they walk the hell out and don't regret it. I get why they leave. I get why it hurts. You save the whole world, but you drain your own soul. You give up your money and you give up your time. You give up reputation and you give up your pride. They don't take it. They do not enjoy it. They walk the hell out and don't regret it. But me, I'm a simple girl. I want who I want and I want who I have. But me, I'm a selfish girl. My husband is mine, and I am his. But me, I'm a daddy's girl. My father's a king. And when I ask, I win. So I cried, Daddy. God said, what? I said, help us. He said, come. And he said, marriage is not a contract. It is a thing supernatural, and you dare not fight for it with a weapon that is carnal. He said, don't bother fight him. Don't bother call her. The enemy is not a woman. The problem's not your husband. The enemy is separation, to hasten your distraction, because there's power in the union of a wife and a husband. And he showed me the eagle and how it fights a snake. And he said that was the strategy that I was to take. You see, when the snake attacks the eagle does not fight the snake on the ground where it is powerful, wise, and deadly. No. The eagle grabs the snake and flings it in the air where it has no power, no stamina, and no balance. God said, take the fight to the air. Take it up in prayer. It sounds strange, I know. It's not very intellectual, except that if you don't pray, your fight is ineffectual. You'll have the ring and no king, the house and no home, the name and no flame, the title but not entitled. Prayer takes you where the side chick can't follow, because you have certain rights that she can't borrow. He doesn't love you, you say, I've got to let him go, except that in a covenant, there's no word called no. You're a wife, you're a warrior, you're a wife, you're an easer, you're a wife, you're a changer, you're a wife, you're a keeper. Worship is your warfare, and praise is your victory. Prayer is your trump card, and dance is your currency. God said dance. I said dance. God said yes. I said why? He said try. I said why? He said nice words won't solve this. And lingerie can't break this. Find my iPhone won't track him to Becky with the good hair. Insults won't fix it. Tit for tat won't solve it. No sex might drive him to Megan with the nice lips. Dance gives you access and dance gives you favor. Dance is a weapon. It's an open court session. He said dance like a wife before me, fight like a wife before me, wail like a wife before me, dance. He said pray like a wife before me, groan like a wife before me, fight like a wife before me, pray. He said love like a wife before me, give like a wife before me, serve like a wife before me, love. He said wait like a wife before me, hope like a wife before me, dream like a wife before me, hope. And then he turned me back to my love, the man that I love in spite of. And he said, walk like a wife before him, speak like a wife to him, respect like the wife that he needs. Then his heart will be open to you, eyes will be only for you, life he will lay down for you. When? I am his, and he is mine. And this is a grown woman poem. It no longer needs a rhyme. Thank you. To all the girls, this is in celebration. This is in praise. This is in defense of every woman. This is you thinking and this is me talking. This is us supporting a woman generation. This is a girl thing. This is a woman thing. This is for the mothers and this is for the grandmothers. This is for everyone who dares to be woman. Well, to tell you the truth, being a woman just ain't easy. All that stupidness about women balancing home and work and everything in between is out of balance because it don't have no equilibrium. Because you're always leaning to one side of life while your mind telling you to go in a direction that no woman has gone before. And on top of all of that, on top of figuring out your space and trying to run your race, women giving you more trouble because you're a woman. You don't know what I mean? Maybe you don't realize two mother crab cannot occupy the same universe is why and how your colleagues at work don't really talk to you. But that's funny, and that don't make much sense because these women talking to every other mother crab in the same small universal space. So you thinking it have to be something you do, why they don't like you. And women, yes, women just like you will want to cut you down just because you like them, trying to define your life. And they want to tell you how to dress. And why you don't look good today? And they think highly of themselves, I tell you, to think that their laughter and their opinions on your style and your hair and your shoes mean a thing. As if in the little universe you trying to set up for yourself, they mean more than they're supposed to. So, this is for all the girls who dare to be different, who step out in bright yellow like the blazing sun when all the world is in corporate blue. This is for all the girls who don't care about the status quo and fling another dimension in the face of what it means to be a woman. This is for all the girls who they say have too much style, the stalking women and the made-up women and the women with the accents and the long nails who make the plain Janes feel less than $1 even though they themselves don't even have a cent. This is for all the girls who make the world stand at attention with the swing of their hips and the appeal of their glance. This is for all the girls who make other women hold on tightly to their men, not because they want them or even try to get them, but because they shine too brightly, not to be noticed by every single one of them. But this is also for the girls who are loyal to the sisters, who won't betray them with their men or diss them without reason. This is for all the girls who see men as colleagues, not just lovers, and who run shoulder to shoulder with the eagles and the tigers. But being a woman is a strange, strange thing. All that potential and yet no real power because it have no unity in the camp. The only time you really have opportunity for all the world to see. They come like ants on a sugar hill to take a tasty morsel of the story to satisfy their hope that you ain't as good as people say you are. But the moment you back up again, the moment you begin to blaze, they walk out, avert their eyes when they see you coming across the road instead of saying good morning, because they're comparing themselves to you and you coming out on top, and they can't handle that. And they're hoping and they're praying something will happen to make you lose your mind. And they're hoping and they're praying your man will leave you or your business will bust or you will be embarrassed. But they don't know. In the long journey of your life, them things done happen already. Is why and how is by the grace of God you're surviving today. They don't know if they can walk in your size 11 shoes, but they're jealous for them all the same. So, this is for all the girls who make things happen, who aren't afraid to fall for the rush of the comeback. This is for all the girls who know the pain of the vision, the grind of the challenge, and the price of the fight. This is for all the girls who run hot and sweaty with ideas, and whose hair won't stay in place while they chase their dreams. This is for all the girls who'd rather read than do dishes, who'd rather write and create than skin chicken and fry fishes. But to be a woman, you have to make a choice in your head first, and then get your heart and your body to follow. It's what you want that will make you decide how to move. It's what you want. The ring and the husband, your degree, a career, and international affair. So it's either you decide to be a woman who could partner with a man, or to run the whole show yourself and don't leave no place for this compromised stupidness. Where it fall. When he come, he come. If he come, and you don't care. But if you want to be a woman who wants different, you have to learn to toe the line. You have to learn which battles to fight and learn when to just sit tight. So it's either you're going to be a woman who's going to partner with her man, or a woman unto herself. And when you make that choice, you have to stick with it and leave every other option for another world where it would have no God and no family and no society to remind you. So, this is for all the girls who straddle pretty skirts and loose pants, sexy heels and ballet flats, chic acrylics and laptop digits. This is for all the girls who struggle with their choice, who want their man in their bed and their degree above their head. This is for all the girls who make their men feel loved and wanted, though they're strong and independent. But this is also for the other kind of girl who goes it alone, who charts her own course and buys her own home. This is for all the girls whose minds cannot be tamed by any man or woman, who question every norm and break every tradition. Thank you.
And it's hard to let her go. Every time I hear that poem, I just want to hear it again. Because I'm too old girl, because I feel every aspect of it. That woman who's, trying to shine, but at the same time trying to hide. I mean, I'm just all those girls. And so is every other girl in here. If you had to write a poem like that about a man, what would you say? Ladies and gentlemen, Lisa Dublin! That made me feel good. Next, we have Se7en the Poet. Se7en the Poet Howard is a dynamic force redefining social consciousness with his poetry. Renowned for his captivating storytelling and powerful prose, Se7en pushes boundaries with his style and flair. Se7en's dynamic stage presence and thoughtful verses have made him a prominent voice in the spoken word community. He also hosts Houston's longest-running open mic night, Poetry Lounge Sundays at Bamboo in Rice Village, solidifying his role as a catalyst for poetic expression and social change. Ladies and gentlemen, we present Se7en.
Hello, how are you all? Excellent. Y'all seem like y'all asleep. Y'all gotta wake up now. Thank you all, St. Lucia, for having me. I'm going to do a couple poems for you all this evening. My first piece is entitled Love. Now I don't know how y'all do it here in St. Lucia, so I'm gonna give y'all some American swag. Okay? So like when we're on the mic, if we say something that you like, you let us know that you're listening and you like what we're saying by snapping your fingers. Everybody snap. See, that sounds so sexy. All right. Yeah, and then, well, back in the day, we used to jingle our keys to show love, but now the cars are push buttons. So, yeah, but y'all can clap, make some noise. Let me see. Everybody, let me hear. Clap, make some noise. Everybody, clap, make some noise. You can do better than that. Let me see. Okay. So y'all was fronting at first. Okay, cool. So let's talk about love. Y'all wrote this poem over 20 years ago, and the funniest thing about love is every time you think you understand it, it shows you something else. So here we go. I love to love. And lately, I've been feeling like love is in need of love. So much hate, I suffocate trying to breathe of love. I keep my hand on the plow, trying to sow seeds of love, hoping they blossom beautifully where the bees once was, because I feel that love is in need of love so much that for me to show love is imperative. So poetically, I profusely poured love into this narrative. Informative, expose, persuasive, love-related poetry by which I hope you all are persuaded to love. Love intricately, love intimately, intuitively, all-inclusively. Extend your love to someone. Love someone exclusively. Love to be affectionate. Love to kiss. Love to touch. Find someone that doesn't love themselves enough and love that person too much. To me, love is like oxygen. I simply cannot breathe without it. And I'm so madly in love with love that I'm happy to be mad about it. Glad to be mad about it. Emphatically ecstatic about it. And if you've ever experienced love, you know that love has a magic about it. Why, if I could measure love in time, I would seek to become timeless with the passing of every minute. And if I could swim in love, I would go so deep that it would be possible for me to drown in it, because true love is not shallow. You have to get deep down in it. And submerge yourself in love large enough for the universe to spin around in it. I was told that love is blind, so sometimes I love blindly. Because if you love me at 10%, it's only right that I love you back at 90. Someday. You'll have to love me at 90 because I can only supply 10. But it's cool because you're my partner, my ace, my soulmate, my best friend. But then, make no mistake, love does take work. Every day won't be easy, there will be drama. But I'm talking about that 50th anniversary love, like Pawpaw loved Grandmama, see? That kind of love endures. And that kind of love matures. And that kind of love is unconditional, reciprocal, and reassures that love will save the day. And love will be your crutch. And if no one has told you today, let me be the first to say that I love you all this much. Thank you. Y'all like that poem? Cool. I hope y'all like the rest of them too. Listen. Now, Art in the City and Headphunk didn't pay me to come to St. Lucia. So I have to sell these shirts to make it back home. And I don't know if y'all have really looked at it from North America to St. Lucia. It's a long way, it's far, and I don't swim that well. So hopefully you will find it in your heart to buy one of these shirts for me. Thank you. But did y'all see the title of the shirt? Brown Sugar. Now, in small letters under that, it says Brown Sugar Masterpiece. Now, if you are a Brown Sugar Masterpiece, make some noise for yourself. All the Brown Sugar Masterpiece. Some of y'all don't know that you're a Brown Sugar Masterpiece, so I'm going to describe it, okay? Now, I do this, I noticed that I don't do this poem in my regular voice. I do it in my phone voice. I don't know, do St. Lucian men, are their voices deeper over the phone? Is that just over there? Because like I sound like this right now, but when I do the poem, I sound like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so, all right. Yes. Indeed. She was a blackberry, chocolate, cherry, honey brown, cinnamon sweet, maple syrup, cocoa butter, brown sugar masterpiece. With her mahogany opal ebony hue, behold her beauty divine. Sugar-coated candy kisses, 𝐔𝐬𝐃𝐄𝐒 kiwi lime. Time stands still, waters chill, winds whisper when she speaks. Harmonic jazz, simply poetic melodies magnifique. Her silhouette was like Egyptian sand, each curve unique. African queen, St. Lucian queen. Sweet goddess, elegant empress, elite indeed. You are blackberry, chocolate, cherry, honey brown, cinnamon sweet. Maple syrup, cocoa butter, brown sugar masterpiece. And I was caught in the vortex of her virtuous virago velvet voice, her lips luminescent like flame. She was jazzy, sassy, stylish and classy, cool, daughter, diva, Miss Thang. A vision of her was trumpet, and her walk was clarinet, and her attitude was so on beat it must be drum set. Her scent was flute, her clothes were sax, her music filled the room. She was the centerpiece of my visual feast, a rare flower in bloom. And her intellect was so on point, she had definitely paid her dues. And if that's not enough for accessories, she had on a badass pair of shoes. She was a blackberry, chocolate, cherry, honey brown, cinnamon sweet, maple syrup, cocoa butter, brown sugar masterpiece. I didn't know if I was gonna get to that point. Are they okay? So, man, listen. You know, this is my first time in St. Lucia, and I got quite the history lesson. Guess if I don't go home with any understanding, guess what I know about the people of St. Lucia? Y'all are some fighters. And y'all will fight. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. God was taking us through the island, and he was, giving us how this happened and how that happened, and the war of this and about the war of that, and then in 18, and then by the time we got back to the dock, I was tired of fighting for you all. Man. Just peace. Let everybody get along. So, but I'm gonna try this poem, y'all. I wrote this poem for Black History Month. Back in the States, and listening to your history, I found out we have a very similar past. So here we go. The name of this piece is simply entitled Black. And before I get into it, I want y'all to clap it up for my fellow poet and author, Miss Lisa Dublin, who went on before me. Lisa had to coach me through some of this. This poem is really fast, but I'm gonna take my time with it, okay? Here we go. Black. I am black. Black like white Egyptian linen cloth worn by the pharaohs. Black like the white light of purity naturally embedded in my soul. Black like white Bible pages when my ancestors wrote. Black like the hull of a slave ship and we still didn't give up hope. Black like green forest, green jungle, and green grassland. Black like green gardens and pastures in the middle of desert sand. Black like kings and queens and Nubian kids make my black house. Black those kings and pyramids they still can't figure out. I am black. Black on the back, black on the down, black on the upside, black like apartheid, black like that long boat ride, black like Mother Africa, black like her native son, black like they were too savage to build a nation, so we had to come and build them one. Black, like we from different tribes couldn't communicate, so they did us wrong. Black, like we got our thing together, started communicating through song. Black, like long days in the field, constantly being beaten, hurt. Black, like we never lost faith in God, so we started having church. Black, like nowadays, we got yellow bone babes. Back in the days, that other woman's love wasn't good as them slaves. Black, they gave us scraps to the table and we didn't complain. Instead, we came over with poke bones, collard greens, oxtails, and hot water cornbread, and that's black. Black, like when we couldn't take it no more, the warrior in us began to fight. Black like Marcus, Malcolm, and Panther civil rights. Black like African work support art. Black like Rosa Parks. Black like Noah and Noah's Ark. Black like Matthew. Black like John. Black like Jesus had feet of bronze. Black like the sky where my Lord was hung. Black like that thy will be done. Black the blood that was shed for my sins. My mama, my daddy, my cousins, my friends, even associates and strangers I'll never know. I understand he saved us from sin a long time ago. And since he made man in his image, and that's a fact, there's no doubt in my mind that all of us are black. But it's strange. Some of us act like we don't have a clue. And it makes me ask the question, how black are you? So, okay, so y'all still with me, cool. Wow. So, many years ago, I know there's I see some kids in the audience, they may not be able to relate. But a long time ago, there was a show on television called Gilligan's Island. Now, I really enjoyed the show, and everybody had their favorites. Bless you. You good? Okay. All right. My favorite person on the show. Wait, before do any of you have any favorites on the show, Gilligan's Island? Who said? I heard somebody say the professor.
Yeah, the professor.
That was your guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just mad he wasn't smart enough to get him out. My person was Thurston Howell. And I like Thurston because Thurston got dressed. every day. But they weren't going to see anybody else but the people that had come with them. And I guess this really spoke to the lover in me, because Thurston was stuck on an island with his wife, Lovey, and he loved on that woman. Lovey, darling, I love when he did that, you know. Some of us don't like to be stuck in the house with each other. That's, y'all talk about that on the ride home. Don't start nothing in here. But this poem is done in the key of Thurston Howell, and it is entitled, I'll Do Me. Okay? Here we go. Get into character. I'll do me. Second to God, no denial. I'll do me. The first law of nature is survival. I'll do me, and I don't always go with what works. Next to God, I put priority first. I'll do me because it's so automatic, almost like it's magic. I mean, it works every time when I go with my first mind. I'll do me. Because if I follow your path, I may fail. As a matter of fact, if it's your path that I'm following, it's a trail. And Mother always said, don't be a follower, so I lead. And if you don't like my personal space, leave. I'll do me. By myself, regardless. When it's all said and done, I'll do me because I've been doing me since day one. And in your attempt to do me, your performance may be questionable. But anytime I do me, it's unforgettable. I'm a professional. And every time you spend a dime with me, it's well worth it. Bottom line, every time I do me, it's done perfect. Yes, I've said that. Nobody can do me like I do. When it comes to doing me, I does it. I was loud outside in public, outlandishly proud. I love it. Some insist they see similarity, or say that somewhere there is a pair of me. But it's evident you've never seen anything like me before, apparently. So it never gets mixed or twisted. But some of them you see, I am none of them, and they can never become homonyms as me. How dare they? Just for a second, that my authenticity, genuineness, and integrity be questioned. I am a poet, and I pour my poor soul to my pores, my passion and my pain poetically given to you and yours. Imitation is the best form of flattery, of course, but before me there was none, and after me there'll be no more. I have the work ethic of physician. I am captain of the mission, and if need be of me, I play all of the positions. I'm the coach. I'm the umpire, the back catcher, the pitcher, the shortstop, the center fielder, the home run hitter. I'm way out in left field catching my own home runs. I'm in the stand selling peanuts. I'm killing it, son. And right field was right field. I filled my hand with the mic, filled my mouth with my life, and filled the room full of people poetically enticed. And you might be entertained, and you might be intrigued, but I assure you, this is no act. Thank you all for applauding me doing a poem about me. Wow, sounding like someone else. It's complicated, but thank you. Now, I gotta do these two poems before I get out of here, y'all. This poem is entitled The Jesus Piece. Now, they bring me to church and tell me, we need a poem for Easter. And I'm like, but you know, I don't know many scriptures. I know Jesus, I just don't know the whole book about him like that. I mean, I can read, just ain't read all of it though, you know what I mean? And this is heavy. So now I gotta write the poem, make sure it's factual for the old heads, for the seasoned Christians, but I gotta bring the younger Christians in, so I gotta have it with swag. It's almost kind of like I did the poem if Jesus was a rapper. It's but dignified though, no cursing. Yeah, no cursing, no strippers. So here we go, y'all. Jesus piece. Enjoy. My father sent me here through a virgin's womb. An intimate project of the master architect, by his hands I was personally groomed. On the night of my birth, 3 kings brought gifts to my home, and the brightest star in the sky is known as my birthstone. I was born to be great. Bright future, dark fate. I am the light of the world, I am love, but the dark hearts of men harbor hate. And the church and state sent their soldiers to come get me, betrayed by the same people sitting at the table with me. Haters. You know what they say, they come a dime a dozen. Yes, a real popular picture of me out there having dinner with a dozen of them. I love Peter like a play cousin. And I told Peter that night, Peter, you would deny me before the cock crows thrice. Well, the next thing I know, that chicken must have crowed. Roman soldiers over my shoulder, let's get this show on the road. One disciple jumped at the cut the soldier's ear off, down to the wax. One more miracle before I leave. Let me put this man's ear back. Now they got my hands tied up, suppressed and subdued. And I'm thinking to myself, man, how rude is this dude? I'm the same one that fed 5,000, a multitude. 2 fish, 5 loaves. I'm the original Hove. And I don't need Dom Perignon, Cristal, or Moet to shine. My daddy makes it rain. I turn the water into wine. And you stand here with your soldiers with ill intent. I could call on 12 legions of angels to deliver me from this nonsense, but yet not my will, but yes, God, your will. And on that note, let his will be fulfilled. Let these men go. I'm the one you want to kill. I could have stopped you with one of my one-liners like, peace be still, but I'm the Prince of Peace. And I'll be the Prince of Peace forevermore. This is my walk. This is what I came here for. Even old Satan couldn't get me with temptation. I passed all of his tests. I am not enslaved by the limitations of the flesh. A fisher of men. Tell the fishermen to cast their nets. The deeper the water gets, the deeper the odds. The deeper your relationship with God. And my relationship is deep. Deep as my faith, which is deeper than your hate. Deeper than any crown of thorns can penetrate. And if you need an example of deep here, I'll demonstrate. I walked on water, withered the fig tree, told the mountain, be taken up and cast into the sea. I can calm the storm. Nothing's impossible when I pray. I command the wind and the waters, and even they obey. Another day at the office, God's business, and I take the family business serious. On my off days, I cast out demons and unclean spirits. I am the great I am, the Lamb of God, bright and morning star in the midst of madness, wonderful counselor, divine advocate. Go and ask Lazarus. I am the resurrection, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the one they crucified. But he who lives and believes in me will never die. That's God's promise. I am the guarantor. This is my walk. This is what I came here for. So continue with your sticks and stones. Continue with your lashes. We triumph. We overcome. We arise from the ashes. I heal the deaf. I heal the sick. I heal the mute. I heal blindness. Kill me with your hate. I'll kill you with kindness. You're looking at heaven's finest. Emmanuel, the rock, the Alpha and Omega. This is why I'm hot. And I carry my cross to Calvary for the world and its sins. Tell Mary not to weep. This is not how the story ends. Tell Mary not to weep. Tell Martha not to moan. In 3 days, roll back the stone. I'm gone. Thank you. Hopefully that it give me a seat in heaven and some of them shirts on. Listen, I was told I had to close out this poem, dedicate this poem to some very special women. That one is my mother, who was bold enough to beat me senseless without fear of the police. You know, kids now have way too many rights. Also, y'all, my sister is in the audience. Y'all, my big sister's in the audience. Y'all can clap it up for her. She can hear me. And my grandmother is with us tonight. She's in this urn, and she helped inspire this piece, y'all. It's called Old School Mama. All right. The way the poem works is, when it sounds like I'm talking about your mother, you also clap or snap or get up and run a lap. I don't know what the last one. Y'all in these heels and this carpet. Just celebrate your mother when you hear the line that sounds like I'm talking about her. If it sounds like I'm talking about your grandmother, celebrate that lady. Snap, clap. Ladies, if it sounds like I'm talking about your personal parenting style, celebrate yourself. Okay? Fellas, if it sounds like I'm talking about your mother or your grandmother, celebrate that lady. Okay? Fellas, if it sounds like I'm talking about the mother of your children, please celebrate. Don't celebrate that lady like y'all have never had an argument, okay? They scared, poor babies. All right, here we go. Old school mom. She don't tolerate no back talk or chatter. Only one person. In fact, that's one of the quickest ways to get you smacked backwards. In fact, she's got one of the quickest hands on the planet. She won't blink or hesitate. And she wears that house coat like a cape. We call her mama, the superhero. Always there to save the day. Hit mama on her hotline and help is on the way. Faster than a speeding bullet. Daddy can say what he want to say. But when he show up, he's trying to be cool. When mama show up, she don't play. Say, mama. Ain't gotta say something about nothing when something is wrong and you're trying to conceal it. I'm gonna say that one again. Mama ain't gotta say something about nothing when something is wrong and you're trying to conceal it. But mama ain't gotta say something about nothing when something is wrong, cause mama can feel it. When there's trouble in your way, you're on her heart all day. Mama wait for everybody to go to sleep, walk the floor all night and pray. And when she can't handle it alone, she get Big Mama on the phone. See, mama knows how to pray, but Big Mama knows how to moan. Sunday morning on that front pew in church knows how to moan. Pray for you, have a safe trip, then pray till you get back home. Then she say, let me look at you. Make sure you're all right. Did you eat something? Where you been? Told me a long time ago, you ain't got no friends. I'm your friend. I'm your mama. Your doctor when you're sick. Your lawyer when you need. Don't be down with you when the people that say that they down with to decide to leave. See, mama got agape love. No prizes, no awards. But if you need proof, she's got the scars. I'm talking about mama. Quick to console, quick to give, quick to listen. But get out of line, she quick to discipline. Mama, not like these new school mamas that don't say anything when the kid is acting wild. One of them old school mamas, spat a rod, spoil a child. Think you grown, mumble under your breath to say the wrong thing. She come across your face and put your bottom lip on your shoestrings. Mama, not like these new school mamas that act like their authorities are a threat. One of them old school mamas that'll give the child a number to CPS. See, new school mamas don't hit you anywhere but on your behind. Old school mamas hit you anywhere. First time I wonder who made that up. This one just beat you to the syllable. You might think that I'm exaggerating or embellishing the facts. Old school mamas would have never let us wear our pants hanging out our bottom like that. These new school mamas work friends just like children, and I guess they think it's cool. But thank God, my mother is from the old school.
Old school mamas in the room. Come on back on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you 7. He's got some merchandise on sale outside. We'd like you to patronize. One more. There
St. Lucia rum punch work?
So can you give them one more?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. That's a guarantee that we'll invite him back, right?
Let me see. I have to consult my team. Kezia, Nikki, give me one poem, please.
I must be fly.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Got it. So, before I do this piece, let me make sure that this event isn't being put on by the church or anything. Because everybody had a job next Sunday. So, you all as a writer, sometimes we experience writer's block. And I hadn't written anything in quite some time, and I said, well, today is the day I'm going to face this. I'm going to write something. I go into the living room, and I had some specific greens for breakfast. It was delicious and nutritious. And so I'm sitting there, and the only thing in the room is me and a fly. And this is how you know that the breakfast was kicking in, because I said to myself, I'm going to identify with the smallest thing in the room. And I'm looking at this fly, and I started to connect with the fly. The more I looked at this fly, the more I realized that we had the same life. We had just me and this little guy in here, and so this is the poem. It's called I Must Be Fly. I mean, so St. Lucia crazy. Y'all having fun with me too. All right, here we go. I don't remember where this thing started. All I know is I found maturity and realized I was surrounded by garbage, so I set my sights to higher ground. I heard it's better air up there. I heard it's life without a care. Now, some flies never leave the garbage because that's all that they know. And the garbage they be on never leave the back of the stop. But not me. I decide to write. I take flight over the paper as if it were a pen sliding. I'm on air. I'm gliding. What are these things? What are these things? What are these things I'm writing? These things. Man, every time I finish a poem, I discover I have wings, and effortlessly I start rising. Effortlessly I start to heighten. I see more things on the horizon because my perspective begins to widen. Man, I had to leave the trash. It was stinking. Left that pile behind me, and I watched that pile start shrinking. I found bread, butter, milk, and honey, and I'm drinking. Landed on a stack of money, and I'm thinking. Y'all know how fly? I learned that to eat, I had to spit, and I'm full of it, so every time I land at an open mic, I shit on it. I must be a fly, because haters be spraying lies and pesticides like I can't see their ass from a mile away with these big-ass eyes. I must be a fly, because I enter a room like it's nothing. Low-key, can't see me, but you can hear the buzzing. The buzzing goes. I'm bold, right in front of your nose, from the ceiling to the floor, down with you like I'm one of your pinky toes. Can't see my next move, I'm on top of you like clothes. But when I decide to stop, the buzzing goes. I froze in a window, perched high I must be a fly. Because it doesn't matter what shit I'm on. Haters come to do me harm. And I watch them get up and cross the room to get in my mix, disturb me while I'm fixed. Ain't this a bitch? This is not some fly shit. And now they taking swings, spraying things, saying things, and it seems they won't stop until they get me one in front of their newspapers and magazines. They blow up my head and distort my face. They blow up my head and distort my face. Hey, you know, in the country, we hang Ziploc bags on the porch. Keep the flies away. They blow up my head and distort my face. Some of our athletes at home have risen to a level of success that some of them feel that they're no longer black. They blow up my head and distort my face. Even some of them have been quoted. I'm not black, I'm OJ. They blow up my head and distort my face. See, the Ziploc bag refracts light, so when the light hits the water, the fly flies towards the water but sees something bigger than himself coming at him. So they blow up my head and distort my face. So the fly flies away from its own image that it only sees its reflection in a bag of water. They blow up my head and distort my face so the image of myself becomes an image I learned to hate, and now society feels like they have a right to hate because what we've known or what we found out is the media will darken a black man's skin to make him look more menacing to sway public opinion. They blow up my head, distort my face, so the image of myself becomes an image I learned to hate. Now society feels like they have a right to hate, so I have to play a game of cops and robbers, duck and dodge, fly swatters, plus I can catch the claps from the wrong Venus flytrap. I must be a fly, because I don't understand your rules. Like, I was born here, but you're the only one that's entitled to food. Dude, pardon me if it sounds rude, but God damn it, if you're eating, I'm eating too.
Yes.
And if you say I have germs, well, that's true. But guess what? Some of you just like it. Live in la vida loca, mommy, I'm a Spanish fly. Drunk on rum punch, I stumbled and landed in your cleavage. I'm a man's fly. Species from another planet, under the camera, candid fly. Swing, swat, spray, I stay, I don't die. You don't want to share your air, then fine. You can't share my sky. I must be a fly. I must be a fly. And you're sitting there thinking, when he wrote that, he was high. Fly, I did it. Fly, how I spit it. Fly with the flow. Who knew I'd be this fly with it? I was fly when I begat this. I'll be fly when I'm done. And if you want some of my fly, Jazz Festival 2025, come and get you some.